This is Justin AMZN on Thursday, January 21st, 2021. Taking a look at the 3350 call. I was actually tracking this one yesterday along with the 3300 call. And I forgot to flip over to this one before ending yesterday's video. So I wanted to start here. So I was drawing the same kind of uptrend here, uh, tracking the lows. It dipped a little bit past this one here and then ran up. So this one actually also would have worked yesterday, buying off of the dip and just letting it run up. Um, if you had still done like a 4x3 entry, I think that would have worked here. Yeah, dipped down to 395. Should have worked here. Or buying off this, excuse me, buying off of this line here, like 450 by 350, and then letting it run up to 750. Then would have been the move. Uh, for 3R, you would have had to been in this move. Any of the earlier ones would have just been following on with the line and not giving you that quick 3R move. It would have been something you're in all day. So really you could have been buying, let's see, maybe you drew in the line here or you're drawing on the other one. And you bought like 3x2, you would have been in this just kind of trailing your stop up slowly all day long. If you got in at 3, your target would have been 6, and you would have been out over here. So that also could have worked me a little further out of the money, would have had to wait longer. But because I was tracking this and the move we had today, I extended the line and saw it was coming right back into this price, thought this will be a great place to set up, and it just didn't work for me. So I got in 8x7, got in at this candle at 8, and I was stopped out on the next candle at 7. And that was the low, which was really kind of annoying. So the low was 7 on these two candles, 705 on this candle. My target was 12, looking for it to get back up here. It didn't even do that. So if I wasn't stopped out at 7, or if I had waited a little bit, I could have even gotten in over here, 8x7, and looked for 12. Still wouldn't have gotten it. Probably would have moved my stop up to 750 and would have been trailed out over here. So I took the full R loss on this one. It just didn't work. So that was the bullish confluence I was looking for today. And yeah, it just didn't happen. Let me switch over to the daily, because the cleanest confluence, it probably, I mean, I didn't even draw it in here. It was probably just running into the 3350 high. The high today was 3348.55. It was very similar high from just the end of December, and we rolled down from there. This is a really nice inverted hammer, really nice high wave candle, really nice high wave candle. After each, we had a bullish day into this kind of high wave, bullish day into high wave, bullish day into inverted hammer. If we go lower, we will probably go much lower. That's just what we've done each of the other times. The following day was still a bullish candle, but it dipped quite a bit and then pulled back. The next day gapped up, ran back down. I don't know where it's going to gap, if it's going to gap tomorrow. And then back over on the 5 minute here. This is the line I have drawn in for my larger channel on the, it's cleaner to see in the hourly. I was showing that yesterday. But this, like I said, we gapped up, and it was another bullish retest gap, right? Yeah, bullish retest gap. Went sideways quite a bit, and then I was watching this here to see, okay, we're going to push higher, and then will we get some sort of a dip and bounce? And that's what I was looking for, with looking for that bounce off of this line over here and lining up this candle over here, looking for that to bounce, and that's what it didn't do. So that was the bullishness I was looking for, but it was already turning back around bearish. I was tracking the kind of this line here, seeing that go sideways, and wasn't sure that that was totally breaking down until it finally did. But you actually had a really clean breakdown, looking at this here, and then let me see, I think it was the 3400 call that I was drawing that in. Yeah, so I was drawing in the 3400 call with that same kind of an angle. So let me zoom back out so we can look at it all in one page. It's a little easier. Okay, so this uptrending line here on the 5 minute of the stock matched up with this on the call, and then kind of sort of lined up with this on the put. It did dip down a little bit faster. It it wasn't as clean on the put, but then it started to build a really clean base here. Put a low at 7, kind of in the 7 to 8 range, and then started to pop, started to move back up. And then started to base again a little bit higher between the 9 and 10 range is where the lows were. And so that would have been this. And so while this is happening on the 5 minute, it's breaking through the 21. It's pulling back a little bit more on the call. It's already below this. It's not really holding a support level here. It's got a little further to go to get to this one. So this was the kind of the best setup for the put that you could have been getting into the 3,300 put, setting up a trade 10 by 9, which still would have been just keeping your stop below these lows. And so there's some additional risk to that. You know, the range of the candles is not $1. It would have been close to that down here. Or you can go a little further away to like the 3,200, I'm sorry, 3,250 put. And I don't remember if I do anything. No, I don't have anything drawn here. So the 3,200 put, yeah, so that just didn't even have to move. So it put in a base here, started to get going, but that was the whole move. So it went from, I would even say, how would you buy this? 250 by 150, and it only ran up to 4. So that wouldn't have worked. I think the 3275, I would have had a little lighter volume. Yeah, really light volume on this one. I don't like when you have these single, tick lines here. Would have had a move of 4R, but no, I think the 3,300 put was the best one to be watching here. And so then so this line is what I was drawing in to see if there was anything lining up over here with these lows that would match up with this for the bullish trade. So that wasn't working, and turned out to be holding this level much better, where we ran up here and then rolled over on the put. So this was a great target, and a great place for that to run all the way up to. If I had gotten in down here, this is a trade that I think I would have been looking for getting my stop up to 4R quickly, and would have looked to exit at like an 8R. And I think that would have been possible here. So that would have been getting in, like this was a really nice small candle here. The range on this one was $71. So you could have gotten into this like 8 by 7. So 8 by 7 would have worked on the put, not on this call, or not this call, the 3350 call. And getting it at 8, target for an 8-hour trade would have been 16. Yeah, that's still even below this line. Originally would have been set up as a 4R, and that would have been 8 up to 12. May have actually, probably actually would have filled with the target at 12 here in just 15 short minutes. It would have been out of that one and didn't get another chance to get in down at 8. So actually that probably would have just been that kind of a 4R trade on a Thursday. And then, ran into resistance here. Looked like some support, looked like some support here. And then, just really chopped sideways for a few hours here. So a lot of indecision. This is also a lot of resting. So we'll see really what happens tomorrow. But some really clean lines based off some lows, highs. So you had some confluence on the put. This is the different call, but this was looking left to see, okay, is there anything going on over here? It didn't really line up to anything clean. I was just looking to see when we were in that area, and looking for some candles on this one to have that similar confluence. But the so 3,400 call was probably a little too far away, and so the 3,350 was the better one to be looking at for today. And you still had the $100 risk that was really clean. It just didn't have the moves to give you the 4-hour trade. And I didn't see anything earlier on in the day that would have set that up either. The candles here and the range you had in these candles did not work for $100 risk. And I think the 3,400 would have been better. But still, it still would have been difficult to buy at a low you know, once it put in this low, you could have just connected those two and then bought when it touched the line. But again, that's still, it hasn't really put in enough support to do that. You would have had to know that it's going to go sideways, give you high wave candles, and then go bullish. So obviously right here, just buying that blindly would have worked, would have gotten in like 6 by 5 and would have ran up, actually would have barely hit 10 here at the high. So it could have worked, but you would have been holding this and holding through a lot of this oscillation. So that could have worked, buying blindly there. I like having some more confluence come in when it's later in the day. So yeah, so we'll see what happens on a Friday. Hope this helps. This is Justin AMZN. Thanks.